Hi guys, this is Shigu Yong. Welcome back to my channel. So previously, in this series of video, we discussed about some basic concepts about numbers that you have to know, like what is integer, what is fraction, what is decimal, and how do we actually transfer our numbers from an ordinary one into a form of number lines. So these were the previous part that we discussed about. So if you would want to know something about numbers, you can just browse through back the video that we showed earlier, right? So in this video, we will be discussing about basic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and with the involvement of brackets, and how do we go through it, especially when we are performing mixed operation within one question. Yeah. So let's see. So this is a part 2, basic operations. So this is something that I think you will have to know before going through part 3, part 4, or even though your form 2 syllabus. So we'll go through the concept of BODMAS. So BODMAS, again, it is bracket of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So this is the order that we have to follow, especially when we are performing mixed operation within one question in our mathematics. So for example, right, I have 2 minus 10 divided by 5. So based on the concept of BODMAS, we will have to perform a division first. If there is anything besides division, like times, addition, or subtraction. So in this part, we have subtraction here, we have division here. So based on this concept, this part is the part that we have to perform first. So 10 divided by 5, I'll get 2. So the front part, I will need to copy exactly the same. And this, I will need to calculate and bring it here. So I'll just perform 2 minus 2 equals to 0. So this is the concept of BODMAS. All right. So after following the concept of BODMAS, we will have to follow the orders of operation. So what does it mean by that? You will have to complete or solve your questions from left-hand side to right-hand side. So again, based on this particular example, I have already done my division, followed with the BODMAS concept. So the second part, I'll just need to perform from left to right. 2 minus 2. So I'll get 0. So this is meant by this. All right. And last but not least, it is about multiplication. So I did notice that for my case, quite a lot of my students, they didn't really know multiplication well. So I didn't really know what happened when they were in primary school. So back in my time, our teacher is like, they were like forcing us to actually memorize multiplication. And for now, even they are already in Form 3 now, for example, when I ask them like, what's the product of 5 and 6, they will start calculating like 1 times 6, 6, 2 times 6, 12. I'm not so sure about other schools, but as in my case, it happened. So again, multiplication, I would say it's really important, especially when you are still in primary school, you haven't got into secondary school. I think it is time for you to really brush up your multiplication and really be familiar, at least until the timetable of 12. So when you're already in Form 1, for example, you will be learning on LCM, lowest common multiple, or HCF, highest common factor. Let's say if you're already in upper form or Form 2, yeah, you are learning about factorization. So these are the topics that require your multiplication skill. So let's say if your multiplication is like, oh my god, 1 times 2, I need to count again. I think it's time for you to really go through it as deep as possible, just to remember or just to memorize about multiplication. It really helps you when you were to like go into a more senior level when you grow. All right. So as for this second part, again, 3 concepts that you have to know: the concept of BODMAS, order of operation, as well as your multiplication. It really helps you. All right. And for the coming topic, we'll be discussing about unknowns or variables. So this is something that you actually learn even when you were in standard 3, if not mistaken. All right, so we will be covering this in our next video. So see you soon. Take care, everyone.